What's up, everybody? Showing up for the afternoon show, man. Just checking in here. I know y'all just sitting at your desk or doing what you do, and you took your time out of your day to talk about a little hip hop with me, man. So let's get to it. All right, man. So first off, man, let's talk about these recent developments in the Young Dolph case. Now, for those of you who don't know, man, Young Dolph, his case has been going on, and it really hasn't started. Let's be real. There's been some arrests that have taken place, and one of the primary guys to get arrested was this guy right here. And I'm going to show you his face. This guy right here. Guy by the name of Hernandez Govan. Now, the interesting thing about this guy is he's been seen in a lot of pictures with some people who were connected to CMG. There's a picture out there with Yo Gotti's brother, and this led to a lot of conspiracy theories that have yet not been proven, but there's a lot going on about this dude. Now, one of the craziest things that happened this week, or I should say last week going into the weekend, was he was given the possibility of getting bond. Now, in this shooting case and in this situation, he's been charged with a conspiracy. So, conspiracy to commit the murder of Young Dolph, right? Tragic situation, right? Nobody wants that. Nobody wanted that. Nobody asked for that. But that's where we at with this. So, the fact that he ended up getting bond was a little alarming to some people. People were like, what in the world's going on? Now, another thing about this guy is he's allegedly the father of another slain rapper by the name of Lotta Cash Desto. Now, Lotta Cash Desto was his daughter, according to some sources out there. You could see he made some social media posts that pointed towards that. You could see that they had taken pictures with each other. So it looks like that's factual, right? Now, that rapper also lost her life in the city of Houston a few months back, almost a year back, right? Now, what's crazy about this situation is with all the things that's going on in the Young Dolph case, this guy getting bond, I don't know if it's a blessing. I'm sure he's happy that he's home because we'll get to that. And actually, let's talk about that. Now, besides him being able to get a bond, he actually posted bond, and this is some of the information that was going around online. So he had a $90,000 bond, and it looks like he had to put up 10%. Y'all know how that goes. So it's 10 or 20%. So you're talking about $9,000 to $18,000, and he's sitting at the house, and he posted that on the 11th. So just a few days back. So this guy is sitting at home, and a lot of people have some ill feelings towards him. So hopefully he's moving right, man. You know what I mean? And I'm not rooting for him in any sort of way, especially if he's responsible for what happened to Young Dolph. But the fact that he even got bond, it's got a lot of people scratching their heads because dude was all but convicted in the court of public opinion. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy about, what's up, Jamaica? What up? And what's crazy about that is, the public opinion doesn't mean anything. When it comes to being in court and those types of things, what's really important is the verdict that comes down and how these things are weighed heavily in the courthouse, right? But with this guy, it seems like, man, regardless, there's always going to be those loose affiliations out there that have people thinking of his motive and why this took place and if he's innocent or guilty as a fact. You know what I mean? But weird story coming out of Memphis with that, man. And I wonder this much. Him getting bond, I'm wondering, because of who's involved in this case, is it a possibility that they'll have to move him out somewhere else? Or he'll have to, I couldn't understand him being in Memphis with him being accused of what he's being accused of, shooting and killing, or at least planning the shooting and killing of Young Dolph. Now, his co-defendants in this case, Straight Drop and the guy Cornelius Smith, those cats, I don't think they've been able to receive bond. I think they've been up to bat trying to get bond like 3 or 4 times now. But nah, man, it's not looking like a possibility for any of them, man, to get bond, except for him, which has a lot of people scratching their head. Now, I don't know what he did for work either. So coming up with $18,000 to $9,000, I'm broke. So I don't know what in the world what he was doing or how much money he had, or did he put a lien on some because there's always those possibilities, right? You can put a lien on some property or something that you own. You can do all sorts of things in order to get your bond. But man, in this case with that amount, it just seems out of place. I don't know, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think.
Bruh.
I'm gonna be looking at the chat in a second, but man, that just something about this seems out of place, bruh. Like him getting a bond of that amount, when we've seen in other cases where the bond for murder, conspiracy to commit murder and stuff, She was like crazy. Like I'm talking about like 250,000, all that. You know what I'm saying? And this dude was looking at something not even close to that, like $90,000, and he's back at the crib, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Wow. Who else we got in the chat? What's up, Illinois? What up, man? What up? Who else we got in the chat? Jamaica, Portland, Jamaica. What's up? DJ Scammer in the building, man. What up? What up, man? Yeah, I don't do this often, man. Yeah. I see y'all, a couple of y'all talking about the fact that, how in the world did this guy get bond? I don't know, man. I mean, it's up to the judge, obviously, but something that he said or did, because, man, if you look at his charges, man, dude is really, really looking like he should have been sitting on some real time. You know what I mean? But anyways, man, let's continue, man. I'm not going to harp on this dude anymore unless some more news comes out about him. But what's crazy is the fact that he got bond, and dude is sitting at home now. And this could possibly be, if found guilty in court, one of the guys who was responsible for orchestrating the hit carried out on young Dolph, man. That's crazy.
Bruh.
All right, man, so let's do this. We're going to switch here. We're going to move to another topic, right? And if we're going to do that, let's go ahead. Yep. Still got the skills. All right. Let's talk about Lil Durk a little bit, man. All right. So most of you already know that Lil Durk and NBA YoungBoy, they had a back and forth after the shooting death of King Von, right? It seemed like it was going to be a more like a situation that could play out in the streets. And there's rumors that it might have at some time. You know, you had Quando Rondo's homeboy, Lil Pab, lose his life in Los Angeles. You had a lot of things going on, right? A lot of innuendos, a lot of dissing over songs. But things seemed to quiet down. I'm going to be for real. Like, for a while, things had quieted down, man. And it seemed like maybe cooler heads would prevail because just 2 weeks ago, there was a story that said that NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk had called an end to their beef. Like, they didn't have a beef, they didn't have a problem or anything like that. And I know y'all remember that. I know I'm not bugging, man. You know what I mean? That NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk were going to settle down, chill out, and let cooler heads prevail. But it looks like that might have all been capped. You know what I'm saying? Because based on what took place going into the weekend, it seems like NBA YoungBoy doesn't want to be cool with nobody. And it also seems like NBA YoungBoy really, really is taking an issue with anybody who collabs with Lil Durk, does a song with Lil Durk, or anything of that nature, man. So apparently the beef didn't cool off. Apparently these guys still have it out for each other in some way. Now Lil Durk has kind of played the cool role and tried to stay in the background and say, nah, man, I'm not going to mention him. Like, he's been asked about NBA YoungBoy. His response was, who's that? And things of that nature, right? But to be real, when I think of Lil Durk's response, if I was NBA YoungBoy and them, I'd be more concerned about that than anything, because, you know, it's the cooler heads that make you that'll have you, you know what I mean, second guessing what things are going to come next. Because, you know, if somebody's lashing out like NBA YoungBoy did, you can already see where he's coming from. You know, he's about, you know what's going on. And the craziest part about that is this right here. Let me show y'all this. NBA YoungBoy showed no remorse and just took shots at Drake, J. Cole, and Yachty. Now, on his new song, and I want to say it was called I Hate YoungBoy 2, I believe is the song. Y'all let me know. Let me know if I got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on this, man. I've been watching this all weekend, right? You have these lyrics where NBA YoungBoy took some shots at the biggest artists in the rap game. When you start talking about your Drakes, your J. Coles, you know what I'm saying? Your Kendrick Lamar's, people like that. Like, those are the people who are really, really upholding the culture right now. Even though NBA YoungBoy is doing the same thing with his same audience and his fans out there, shout out to the YoungBoy fans. I know y'all be in the comments. You know what I mean? It's a little different when you aim at the tippy top. Do I think this will hurt him in any way? No. Do I think that Drake or J. Cole or any of them might respond? Possibly. I think this he might have opened up a can of worms where you might actually see Drake say something on a song about NBA YoungBoy, or J. Cole say something on a song about NBA YoungBoy, when they would this is what I think. I think they would rather mentor him and kind of be an elder statesman in the game and just show him the right way to go. But with him openly dissing them on the track, that just leaves it open for something else. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is allegedly the lyrics that, we don't even have to say alleged. These are the lyrics that are said to be a shot at Drake. Now, you see, he says, talk to Drake, cross FaceTime. He wasn't feeling me. Told me that he was messing with Durk. Dang, that was getting to me. Now, I don't know if that's a diss. Let's be for real, man. I don't know if I classify that as a diss. It's kind of, he's basically saying he was disappointed by the fact that Drake didn't want to rock with him because Drake rocks with Lil Durk. Obviously, him and Lil Durk have linked up for several songs, did some amazing collabs. So, man, he doesn't want to mess with that relationship that he has with Lil Durk. And this thing between NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk is a little deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? It's way deeper than rap, for real. And that's no pun intended. It seems like as this beef started to cool down, there was a possibility that these guys would just go their separate ways and not mess with each other. But it looks like, man, based on this information and the fact that NBA YoungBoy took it to this point, I don't think they ever going back across that line like that again, man. You know what I mean? Now, these are some more lyrics. It says, told me that he likes the I'm doing, but can't do with me. So when we come across ways, blank what you say, you my enemy. Now, this is him allegedly still speaking on Drake. I guess another set of bars from that same verse, and he's allegedly speaking on Drake and calling him his enemy at this point. He kind of went through a roller coaster of emotions between that part of the verse and this part of the verse. It seemed like he was disappointed that Drake was picking sides, allegedly, but then he went on to say that, yo, if this is really aimed at Drake, that, yo, you my enemy now, which is, man, I would not want to have an enemy of Drake in the rap game.
Bruh.
Or in the music game.
Bruh.
I'm for real, dog. That's like, I haven't seen that be successful for anybody in the rap game or the music game ever, or at least to this point. You know what I'm saying? I can't see. Man, hopefully Drake doesn't respond. That'd be the best thing for NBA YoungBoy. You know what I mean? What up, Chicago? I see you checking in. What up? I can't see this being any type of way. I mean, being good in any type of way for NBA YoungBoy, man. Now let's look at some more of these lyrics. So he says, Jay, that played it cold like he was gonna do a feature. So I text his line, a muscle sign. I swear it's gonna be nice to meet you. So basically saying that J. Cole made it seem like they were gonna link up and do a verse together, but he played it off. At least that's the way he played it off. So he sent him the muscle sign. You know when that strong arm emoji. And he said he couldn't wait to meet him or whatnot, right? He said, play with me, Lil Yachty, about JT. Blank, blank, play with me, half y'all ain't got more money than me. Now, to be real, he might have a point right there. I think NBA YoungBoy, with his fan base and all the plaques and all the awards he's getting, he should be sitting on a lot of money. I mean, recently you had Birdman come out and say NBA YoungBoy is worth $1 billion or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think he meant that. And as a guy who probably didn't seen $1 billion, passed through $1 billion before, I mean, Birdman would be the right person to talk about that. But I don't know, man. I don't know if all this beefing, if we want to get back to where we were a year ago. Because remember a year ago, man, or even 2 years ago, bruh, it was looking crazy in hip hop, man. It was like every other week somebody was getting shot or killed or something crazy. It was always going down. People were dissing back and forth. NBA YoungBoy would write something and some money. Lil Durk and them would write something different and some money, man. And I thought this would just be a head-to-head hip hop wise. I even did a poll in my community section where I talked about the fact of NBA YoungBoy's album that came out 2 weeks ago, would it outsell the new Lil Durk album that's coming out? I'm Still Healed, or I'm Healed, or whatever it's called. And everybody pretty much thought that, it would be NBA YoungBoy's album that came out about a couple weeks ago, right? But his new album, it looks like the numbers are in, and I've seen it being posted. I think DJ Academics posted it or whatnot, and it looks like it's going to do in the realm of like 50,000 or something like that. Now, this Lil Durk album that's coming out, was supposed to be in a head-to-head because it was drawing a lot of attention because of the head-to-head. So I wanted to actually talk about that just a little bit, man, and the fact that here we go, that Lil Durk ended up not dropping his album. He ended up dropping a single with J. Cole, which is doing great. I think it's trending #1 still on YouTube right now, the video, right? And it's a deep song, and it goes to show that this album isn't all going to be drill, 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 kill, kill, kill. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing if you ask me. Now, on the flip side, I was expecting an album, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that him and NBA YoungBoy were going to go head to head, and we'd see like the Kanye, 50 Cent type of deal, where whoever sells the most albums wins. Whoever's fan base shows up the most wins. But obviously, Lil Durk, he took the back seat and said, nah, I'm going to push my album back. So now we're looking at his album coming out in 2 weeks. And just like, and so unfair, when he dropped 7220, he did the same exact thing. We thought the album was coming out on one night, and that's when he dropped his, what's the song? Don't Respond to about Vaughn, with that song. He dropped that song and video that night, and then dropped the album, I want to say a week or 2 later. So, I mean, it seems like his normal marketing and what he does, right? So this is a picture of the album that's coming out on the 26th, and this is the actual album cover as well. So, when I first seen that, I thought it looked like one of Young Thug's old album covers, you know what I mean? Or mixtape covers. And I can't remember which one, but it was similar to this, man. But Almost Healed, man, we'll see. I'm expecting a lot of features. I'm expecting a lot of songs that we haven't heard before. The J. Cole song was a surprise to me. So I think, man, from an artist standpoint and a rap standpoint, you're gonna get what you know what I'm saying? I think Lil Durk fans will be satisfied with this. You know what I mean? I think I don't see where he goes wrong with this. So maybe there's some genius level marketing on my end or on his end, and what I think it is, man. So good for Lil Durk. So let me go ahead and jump in the chat a little bit, man, and talk about some of this other stuff, but let's do this, man. Let's bring this down. And I want y'all opinions, man. Tell me in the chat what y'all think. I know I don't go live much, man. It's my first time live in like months or whatever, man. So, yo, I know we going to be light up in here. So make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Show your boy your appreciation. And what we going to do is we're going to switch topics, man. What else we going to talk about? Oh, yeah. I wanted to bring this up. So, as I had mentioned before, and it'll help if you guys can see. Let me bring it up. So, as I had mentioned before, right? So, Lil Durk and NBA YoungBoy, we thought it was going to be a head up, right? And this account that everybody says is NBA YoungBoy, I believe is NBA YoungBoy, most people believe is NBA YoungBoy, was really, really, really putting it out there that he was inviting all the smoke from Lil Durk. Because Lil Durk, kind of in his marketing campaign or whatever trickery he was trying to do, put out this message the night that the albums were supposed to be released. It says, midnight is up. He said, it's been up. You up. Stay down. You bet not drop. So basically letting it be known that, telling Lil Durk directly, like, you better not drop when I drop. You know what I'm saying? Then he continued by saying, you ain't going to troll. Never troll off a gangster again. Now, NBA YoungBoy has been pretty wild and reckless with this account, if this is him, man. It was the first account to post the mixtape cover for Richest Op. So I'm pretty sure if it's not him, it's somebody really close to him that's running this account. But man, he really, really, really was coming at Lil Durk the night that the albums were supposed to drop. So man, essentially rekindling the beef. Now in the poll that I did, man, everybody basically said that, y'all felt like the beef never ended. Like, this was something that was always popping or something that was always an issue, and that the beef had never died down because, somebody lost their life and allegedly somebody else had lost their life. So it'll probably be a situation where they're always going to be beefing, man. But to be completely honest, I don't know. What up, Columbus, Georgia? I don't know, man. Do y'all like the way this is going, or y'all just think this is just gonna be what it is, man, between these two camps? Let me see. Columbus, Lil Durk is taking the high road and getting out that demon's way. It's time for growth. I kind of feel that, man. I mean, I hate to sound boring, you know what I'm saying? But if Lil Durk is trying to take the positive, you know what I mean? The positive approach, I don't know, man. I see you saying it's too late because, you know, of all the things that have taken place. But while I was watching it happen, I just thought of all the time and marketing dollars that could be going towards something else, you know what I'm saying? Or the attention that could be going towards their albums. But, I mean, to be real, Lil Durk made that point clear. And I want to talk about that as well, man. So Lil Durk basically put it out there that he feels like record labels, well, he doesn't feel like record labels. He says that record labels are trying to get him to beef with their artists. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, if you're trying to market an artist, Lil Durk is one of the hottest artists in the game right now. Okay. But it's a little different with this whole NBA YoungBoy thing, right? Because this is a real situation. Like, you know, I don't see, because the potential for somebody losing their life is there. I don't see, man. But let's look at the article, man. I can't see that being beneficial for the label at all. Because what if your artist dies? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you make money off his album and his catalog at the short time, but like the situation that they're running into with Pop Smoke is, they don't have any more, based on his producers in them, they recently came out and said, yo, we don't have no more music. Like what Pop Smoke had, we've already put out. So now you have a whole bunch of fans that they have to listen to the old Pop Smoke in order to get new music, you know what I mean? Somehow Juice WRLD and their camp, I guess they were just always in the studio working, but maybe Pop Smoke was more working through the mood or whatever. Like when he felt like hitting the studio, he would knock out a couple of tracks. But you would run into that situation, I think, if your artist passed away. But so paying them to beef, it's kind of a weird look if you ask me, man. It seemed weird, you know what I mean? But let's look at the article regardless. All right, so hopefully you guys, let's make it so you guys can see that. You know, there we go. All right, so Lil Durk alleges, now this is a news story from Uprocks, right? And it says that Lil Durk alleges that record labels have tried to pay him to beef with other rappers for promotion. I don't put it past record labels. I just think it's a bad idea. Do I think that Lil Durk is lying about this? I don't, man. He's probably being truthful because he could probably bust out receipts. But what's even weirder is 6ix9ine, right? And I hate talking about dude, you know what I'm saying? But recently, Lil Durk, like right before the album came out, didn't he challenge him to a boxing match or something like that? Like I swear Lil Durk put out a tweet or something like that where he challenged him to a boxing match. And I'm wondering, is this the same situation? Was he paid to say that? And he's like, man, this is corny and everybody's calling me out for being corny for this? Or was it a situation where he legitimately wanted the fair one or the fade with 6ix9ine? Now the story says Lil Durk is almost healed from the past traumas of losing his friend and family to gun violence, or so his forthcoming album's title suggests. But unfortunately, in hip-hop, beef is what moves the promotional needle forward. The rapper has had his fair share of high-profile feuds, including long-standing tension with NBA YoungBoy and social media disputes with Tekashi 6ix9ine and Soulja Boy. Now, the weird thing about Soulja Boy is Soulja Boy is a good marketer for real. Like, he implanted himself into this situation. He saw the fact that NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk were taking up all the headlines. Every blog was posting about them going back and forth on social media and everything. And Soulja Boy said, man, I got an album coming out. I might as well insert myself in this, and went live. And then he got picked up by a lot of the big blogs, you know, basically him dissing Lil Durk and NBA YoungBoy. You know what I'm saying? When, to be real, Soulja Boy, man, you know, And I'm not dissing Soulja Boy. I just think from the music standpoint, a lot of people just ain't gonna be checking for it like they used to. But as far as like his antics online and stuff like that, people are here for that. Like just the other day, I was just randomly watching him and Famous Dex go back and forth again. Because Soulja Boy and Famous Dex going back and forth on, if you've never seen it, it was on IG Live, yo. If you've never seen it, it is probably the funniest 4 or 5 minutes, man, you could probably have put in your day, man. It's freaking hilarious, dog. They putting their hands up like they about to fight at the screen. They both yelling at each other, man. That mess is funny, man. So Soulja Boy is being included in this, and I'm wondering, nah, I don't think Soulja Boy would be involved in any of this paying for beefing or nothing like that. He just does his thing and markets his own self. But man, let's get back to the article. So it continues by saying, still, Durk alleges that he has been offered money to participate in a feud. Taking to Twitter, he wrote, labels try to pay me to beef. I just can't fake it. I'm different. I'm him, unpredictable. At times, man, sometimes this dude be feeling like some old WWE. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it seems choreographed at times. Like this person says this, and all of a sudden, the next person has the catchy response really quick that relates exactly to it, even when they don't mention names. So it's like either they're watching each other's social media or some of this beefing is planned. Now with Lil Durk, with NBA YoungBoy, maybe it could be somebody sending it to him as soon as they see it, and that's what's most likely. But man, I don't know. Some of this beefing stuff do be feeling staged, but I doubt between NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk it is. I think this is a real deal, you know what I mean? And hopefully them brothers chill out, you know what I mean? Now, this tweet, it says, labels try to pay me to beef. I just can't fake it. I'm different. I'm him, unpredictable. And I agree, man, because faking a beef, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure some of the biggest hip hop beefs in the past were all fake. Like there's one, man, I'm interviewing a guy you're going to hear about, one that was just well known throughout the South, and it was fake. You know what I'm saying? They're all open about how it was fake now, you know what I mean? So, man, is this impossible? No. Now it says, later in the day, he returned to the platform to post, automatic support, get y'all money together. All that other cap is bap. Many fans believing that Durk was closing out his initial post. Automatic support. I don't know, man. What do y'all think Lil Durk meant in this tweet? Like it says, automatic support, get y'all money together. All that other cap is bap. So I'm wondering, is he putting this out here to just foot stomp on the fact that, yo, all that beefing back and forth is for promotion and he's trying to stay away from it? Or is this just him saying that, yo, get your money together and support him? You know what I mean? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments or in the chat or whatnot. You know what I mean? Now, it finishes by saying this. Over the past few years, the All My Life rapper has begun to publicize his advocacy work. While some have criticized his motives, Durk has maintained that it is to showcase his positive work, highlighting that he is much more than the beef he is being linked to. Some of those efforts included meeting with his hometown Chicago mayor, Mayor Brandon Johnson, to discuss programs for the city's children. Another was the formation of his HBCU-focused scholarship. So it looks like Lil Durk put a scholarship out there or whatever, and now he's trying to help the kids or whatnot. And some people were like not buying it because, you know, he didn't stoke that flame so many times that people just, you know, they've already bought into the beefing and all the things going on between him and NBA YoungBoy. Not to say that he can't turn around and be multi-dimensional in those facts, right? He can definitely have his advocacy work that he's working on and still maintain the fact that he's not going for it. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Do y'all really believe, do y'all believe that people are paying for beefs or that labels are like, yo, man, beef with my artist, Lil Durk, we'll give you money? If so, it seems like to me, especially the way that the bloggers are and stuff today, they be able to read through that. They be able to see through that, bro. Like this, I don't know, man. I don't know. I have a hard time believing that one. You know what I'm saying? Soulja Boy need to sit down. Y'all funny, man. Yo, Soulja Boy, man, I like the fact that he got his name out there and did some promotion this week. But I think they reported the numbers, and I think he did like 500 or something like that. NBA YoungBoy is supposed to do 50,000 to 55,000 or something like that, 58,000. And Soulja Boy did like 500 copies. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be real, man. Ain't nobody checking for that new Soulja Boy, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That ain't happening. And even Soulja Boy, remember they had that little thing where they were asking the chicks. They was like, let me stop, man. They were asking the young ladies, would they rather get $200 in food stamps or would they rather go to a Soulja Boy concert or something like that, or get some Soulja Boy tickets? It was something like that, man. It was mad disrespectful. And they basically came out and said, like, yo, man, give me them food stamps, dog. And I think he was a little hurt behind that. You know what I mean? Craziness, man. All right, man. Like I said, man, we ain't gonna be here for a long time as usual. And I just wanted to see if we still loaded up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been on live in forever. So what I wanted to do is talk about this whole Ja Morant situation. So, man, let's get to that, right? Got me sounding like, what are them dudes back on Fig? They said it, man, so much they got me saying it, man. So let's check this out, man. Now, if you see here, and I'm pretty sure at this point in time, everybody is well aware of what's going on with Ja Morant. Ja Morant, Memphis Grizzlies guard, amazing basketball player. I mean, he really got the gifts. And I've seen people make this comparison, like he's this generation's AI. And when I say AI, I'm talking about Allen Iverson, right? And to be real, he's got a lot of that flair, but man, this dude's hops are through the roof, dog. Like, it's like he got maxed out on the hops, man. This dude is a dunk machine. He's dunking on centers. He's doing all that. But recently, he was in some trouble, right? He had gotten into some trouble because he was found he was on live, his own IG live the first time, and he had a gun, right? He had a gun and he was waving it around, kind of like you see rappers do in their videos or when they're on IG live and things like that, right? Most people thought no harm, no foul, but the league automatically went into crisis mode because you have one of your biggest stars in the world. This is one of the biggest basketball stars in the world. He's got the kids, the youth, flashing a gun in a club. Then some other pictures of him in the back of the club, all that, whatever, right? But it was the gun part that drove everybody crazy. So initially, he started to lose sponsors. He was suspended right before the playoffs. It looked like it was all going downhill. Well, eventually, people came to forgive Ja Morant, man. He ended up building his reputation back. He performed amazing in the playoffs, even though his team did not win. They lost to the Lakers in the first round, I believe. He still did his thing. And people kind of were forgetting. They gave him, okay, that was your one time. You know what I'm saying? He allegedly went off to some, not therapy, but some sort of course or training or people talking to him. And people were making fun of it online, talking about it was a D-Thug program or something like that. So they got some funny name for it, man. But obviously that was supposed to help Ja Morant out and change him. And people bought into it, man. And then just this weekend, man, Saturday, I think the video actually came out yesterday, to be real with you. Another video of Ja Morant showing a gun while on live surfaced. And it was this video right here. You know what I mean? You see him, and I can't play this sound for obvious reason because, you know, music or whatnot. But you see Ja Morant vibing with his homeboy in the car, man. Vibing out, throwing fake guns in the sky. Nothing wrong here, right? Then he flashes the real blick. Did y'all see that part, though? His homeboy tried to save him. Tried his best to save him. As soon as Ja Morant grabbed the gun, his homeboy took the phone and put it on his chest, if you notice that. He took the phone and said, oh, no, no more guns. You know what I'm saying? But at that point, you already know. Once it's online, it's too late. Because as you can see in this picture right here, people were already recording, man. People were already recording hoping he did something stupid like this. You know what I'm saying? And you see that they screen captured it and they showed a picture of him up in the blick or whatnot, right? Now, initially, the response from the hip hop community and the response from just social media altogether was like, dude, again?
Bruh.
Like,
Bruh.
Are you serious? Like, you just got bailed out. And okay, to add a little bit more context to this, Ja Morant just got left off the list of all-stars that would permit him to get a max contract. So he potentially lost out on, I think, $30 to $40 million or something of that nature based on that, right? So I guess he couldn't restructure his deal to get that additional money because of that, right? So you would think he'd be like, oh man, I'm losing money, millions. Dog, I'm about to change it up, bro. This ain't, whatever I'm doing ain't working right. So I'm gonna do the straight and narrow. So for him to be vibing in the car and then pull out a gun when they're on live is crazy, man. I'm starting to lose faith in people.
Bruh.
This is ridiculous. I'm sorry, man. This is stupid, man. This is stupid. But, man, let's check it out again. So his homeboy tried to grab the camera and put it on his shoulder. At this time, I'm pretty sure they putting the gun away or whatnot. And you look back over there, and Ja Morant's face doesn't look as happy. You know what I'm saying? This is the clip playing over again, but his face looked like, oh, man, did I just mess up again? Type, you know what I'm saying? You know you them, right? Craziness, man. So you have, my bad, I'm yelling in the mic. So you have all the pundits, all the talking heads in sports wondering what's going to happen in this situation. This morning you had Shannon Sharp on his show, him and what is his name? Was Shannon and my dude the hater, man. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So Shannon was on the show, and he actually, man, what he said, I was like, I kind of felt him on that. He basically said that, yo, Ja Morant didn't let me down. You know what I mean? This situation didn't let me down. The people he let down are the people who actually believed in him and thought that he'd change his behavior. You also had people coming out and saying that he had a right to do so because of the state he's in and that it's not during the season. But given all the backlash that he's already received, I don't know, man. Just seems like a bad decision at that point in time. I know you could be vibing out in the car and you could lose sight of what you're doing and what's going on, but keep it real, bruh. Once you have that live on and you know that you're a superstar and you know that you already missed out on money, bruh, only thing that could come from that is something worse. You know? So now they're saying this, and I'm taking this from my mixtapes that on Instagram. My bad. It says Ja Morant is facing a significant suspension for violating moral clause in his NBA contract. Now this could be tricky because if they figure that he violated the moral clause in his contract, will that violate the contract altogether? And will he lose money altogether? You know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
I'm hoping not, man. But I don't know. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. And just a week ago, he was in some videos where he was rapping NBA YoungBoy lyrics on the stage in the club. Dude thinks he's NBA YoungBoy for some reason. I can understand being a fan of YoungBoy. The music go hard. Yeah, I get that, bro. But not to the point where I'm about to lose my money, especially the type of money that Ja Morant is dealing with. You're talking about $100 million, $200 million contracts and things of that nature, man. It's just too much on the table to sacrifice. That's for real. Now it says, how many games y'all think Ja finna be suspended? Ja Morant is facing a significant suspension for violating the moral clause in his NBA contract, right? According to ESPN reporter Wojo, or what is his name, Wojciechowski or whatever, Ja Morant is looking to miss a significant amount of games next season. He, again, is going to likely face a significant suspension to start next season. So it looks like once the season starts in October, I believe it starts and whatnot, Ja Morant is already going to be suspended for a long period of time, man. And I know that seems like it doesn't mean much, but, man, for those times that he's not playing, he's not getting paid. And that's going to start to eat away at whatever he done squirreled away or whatever he's got going, man. And I don't get it, dog. This is crazy. This is crazy, bro. I couldn't imagine blowing a bag like that. But, it is what it is, man. Now, do I wish the worst for Ja Morant? Nah, but it seems like, man, this next lesson is probably going to be the toughest one, This next lesson is going to be the one that really, if it doesn't change what he's doing or how he moves, it ain't no saving him. But it's weird that a dude, man, who grew up playing sports at a high level his whole life, and the sports culture today. You got AAU, you got your summer ball, you got everything, right? You play basketball a lot. To now be gravitating toward the streets, man, It's crazy, man. And I can't wait to ask other people their opinions on this, man, and hear what they have to say, because I'm pretty sure there's some good opinions out there in the rap world about this, man. Maybe John Morant will hear them some way, and maybe he'll turn around what he's doing, man. But, man, let's wrap things up. Let's do this, man. I just had to dust off the old equipment and make sure that we can still do this, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm joking. And the equipment ain't old. All this is brand new, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely want to give a shout out to everybody who showed up and is in the chat, you know what I'm saying? I haven't been live in a long time, man. And then it feels good. I'm pretty sure you guys gonna see me live at least once or twice a week, man. Get back to that. You know what I mean? Try to get back to going live more. But man, what you can do is like and share these videos. Make sure to share them all around, and make sure y'all show up for the interviews and tell me what y'all think in the comment section, because I got a couple more coming, man. I'm gonna get back to doing more daily blogs and things of that nature. But until then, man, I'll be going live as well and dropping little dropping clips from all the interviews that I got stacked up, man, because your boy was on the road. That's for real, man. Now, with that, this been your boy Big Man. Y'all do me a favor. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. And make sure y'all hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.